welcome to Enchanted Cakes by Yvette. I'm Yvette Faruja, your host today, and today we're going to be discussing transporting your cakes. Okay, so a couple of easy hacks that we really need to remember to tell our clients, because sometimes we just assume that they will know these things and they really don't. Okay, just because it's second nature to us doesn't mean it is to them. Okay, the first thing, which is probably the easiest thing to get wrong, is to make sure that they always hold it from the base. Hold the box from the base, okay? It could be a lightweight box or it could be a heavier, sturdier box. Either way, you want them to hold it from the bottom. Secure the side with your thumb, but you definitely don't want them holding it like this and squishing the sides in, okay? If we squish our sides in, we can easily damage the cake. With this style of box, if you hold it from the sides, you will literally lose the bottom of your cake, and that's game over. Okay, so that's the first quick and easy tip that you really do need to remember when you're advising your clients on how to transport their cakes. The next point is where to transport your cakes. Okay, we recommend in the trunk or the boot where it's just nice and flat. Okay, preferably there's nothing else in the boot, so nothing can roll into it or knock it at all. Nothing can fall into the cake as well. You don't want it, anything heavy falling on top of your box at all. Okay, and we also recommend that they have a non-slip mat in there. Most of the time our cakes are quite heavy, so they generally won't slide on their own as it is. Okay. If there is room in the passenger side footwell, you can easily store your cake in there. This is a 12-inch box by 12 inches high. This we find is pretty much the largest we can store there. Anything bigger, anything wider or taller than that, there's just not the room in that area. So we would always recommend popping them into the boot. We definitely don't recommend people to be holding them in their lap. Okay, one, it's a huge responsibility for that person. And secondly, especially if they've got a long way to go, just the body heat from your lap can actually cause your cake to become a bit unstable. Okay, and plus people are not generally inclined to keep their cake beautiful and secure and perfectly horizontal. Okay, your lap is tilted. Okay, so we don't want a tilt or a lean or any decorations falling off or anything like that happening to our cake. All right. The next great tip is to make sure that your car is air conditioned, nice and cold. Okay, so if you're the one delivering, I always make sure my aircon is on before I get in the car, so it's pre-chilled. Okay, if my client's coming to pick up their cake, I'll always tell them to make sure they've had the aircon on, and there's definitely no heaters to be put on in the car when they're taking their cake away. Okay. The final bonus tip is to make sure that you remind your clients that your cake is their responsibility. Okay, from the time they collect it, it belongs to them. And so you want to make sure that they are going directly to the venue, either straight home or to the venue, so the cake is spending the minimum amount of time in transit. Okay, it's a simple rule to live by, but it's one that your client may not have thought of either. They may be going via the florist, going to pick up balloons, going to get their hair done before the party. All these little things that they thought they could just do and include picking up the cake. The cake needs to be the last thing on their agenda. Okay, make sure it goes straight from your workplace to the venue or to their home. Okay, all right, so to recap, make sure they carry the box from underneath, make sure they store it correctly in transit, make sure the aircon is on and it's nice and cold, and also that they go directly to the venue. Okay, we're minimizing the amount of time that cake is in transit. If you want more tips on how to transport and store your cake, just pop onto Instagram and comment the word transport on any of our posts, and we'll send you the link directly so you can download your free guide. All right, or else you can look in the show notes below and there'll be a link there as well. So I hope this helped today, and if you've got any questions, feel free to send us a DM. All right, bye for now.